What time is it?
It's Island time! Hey everybody, what time is it? There's no time like Island time. Nobody is ahead, nobody's behind. Everything's fine on Island time. And you'll be living on Island time. Caribbean breezes blow through my mind. When sand meets sea, that's where you'll find me. Oh, just living on Island time. I'm living on Island time. I may be late, but you know I'm trying to make the best of an uphill climb. There's just so much I can do to make it through. I'm living on Island time. Being laid back is my only crime. Trying to find a little peace of mind. Living on Island time.
All right. Here we go from the North Coast and the campus of Baldwin Wallace University. It is the Island Time Radio Show. How's everybody doing tonight? DK Dennis King on duty. It is tonight we're celebrating 20 years on the radio. Do you believe it? 20th
Congratulations,
anniversary.
DK. Very nice.
Thank you. We have a few members of the Parrot Head Club, the North Coast Parrot Head Club, with us tonight.
Yes.
There we go. And we have a small but hearty group.
Obviously rehearsed.
Small but hearty group. And our special guest in studio right here from Putin Bay. Well, he said Putin Bay all summer anyway.
Right,
it's
yeah.
Pat Shepard.
Thanks,
Pat,
DK.
welcome back to the show. How's it going, my friend?
Things are good.
Good.
I'm ready to go to Key West next week for the Putin Bay Music Festival.
That's just
Excited
next
for that.
week?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good timing. Good timing. Well, I'm glad you made it.
Thanks for having me.
Pat's going to play a couple songs live tonight. We've also got longtime guest and friend of the show, Bob Karwin, checking in. And the lovely Lisa Mychols from L.A. is going to interview me on the occasion of the 20th anniversary. That'll be in the second hour tonight. We're going to start. I've always talked about this for years. We could probably do like an hour of Island Time songs. There's so many trop rock songs called Island Time. And I thought, well, that might be a little crazy if I did a whole hour. So but we'll start tonight with a couple of them, okay? We're just going to start tonight.
Sounds like a great idea.
So here we go. Donnie Brewer with the first one. Island Time on Island Time. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Hey, Kai, what time is it?
What?
What time is it?
Are you serious right now? Wait, you got someplace to be?
I'm just kidding. You know we're on island time.
Good, you got me. You got me going there. That was good.
We get up when we get up, go to bed when we pass out. We eat when we're hungry, that's the island way. In fact, there ain't nothing at all we got reservations about, except making sure to unwind every day. 'Cause we're living on island time. Leave your watch and your worries behind. Taking life where it falls with a friend, a song, and a wedge of line. Yeah, we're living on island time. Gotta change your whole latitude line. There ain't no place like home in the tropical zone. Just living on island time. I can tell you're a company man by the cell phone on your hip. That Jimmy Buffett ringtone don't fool me. And I can see what's important to you from from the tan line on your wrist. You're looking around like you got some place to be. Same old story every day. Overworked and underpaid. Time to cut off a big old piece of mind and start living on island time. Leave your watch and your worries behind. Just take life where it falls with a grain of salt and a wedge of lime. Start living on island time. Gotta change your whole latitude line. There ain't no place like home in the tropical zone. Yeah, we're living on island time. We're never late, we're never early, we never wait and we never hurry, 'cause we don't worry. You know we're living on island time. Leave your watch and your worries behind. Just taking life where it falls with a grain of salt and a wedge of lime. Yeah, we're living on island time. Gotta change your whole latitude line. There ain't no place like home in the tropical zone. Far away from the poles, find your Caribbean soul. Buy your ticket today, throw your daybook away, and start living on island time. Hey! Baby, pack your bags, we're heading south to this little island I know about. We live in an island bungalow nestled in a coconut grove. Spend our days watching the tide go out, and we're gonna have a good time living on island time, dancing to a Latin beat in a conga line. If it feels right, we'll stay up all night, 'cause you can sleep all day when you're living on island time. We'll find a little beach bar we can hang out at night. Makes margaritas just the way you like. And I might sing a song or two. We'll do whatever we want to do, 'cause that's what you do when you're living on island time. And we're gonna have a good time living on island time, dancing to a Latin beat in a conga line. And if it right, we'll stay up all night, but you can sleep all day when you're living on island time. We're gonna get up and leave behind this old rat race, go someplace where we got time to waste, and we're gonna have a good time living on island time, dancing to a Latin beat and a conga line. And if it feels right, we'll stay up all night, 'cause you can sleep all day when you're living on island time. Yeah, we will. And we're gonna have a good time living on island time, conga line. If it feels right, we'll stay up all night. 'Cause you can sleep all day when you're living on island time. You can sleep all day when you're living on island time. You can sleep all day when you're living on island time.
Hello? How'd you get this number?
Neon pagers on teenagers make me want to laugh. Laser beams and fax machines, the world is moving much too fast. Digital this and cellular that, it's a crazy, crazy race. I run against these high-tech rats with a lost look on my face. I'm living on island time. I may be late, but you know I'm trying to make the best of an uphill climb. There's just so much I can do to make it through. I'm living on island time. Being laid back is my only crime. Trying to find a little peace of mind. Living on island time. Frequent flyers, speed read dialers, instant millionaires. Satellites and megabytes got me pulling out my hair. I'll just take an early break, play some golf with Slim's old patch. Leave a message on my voicemail, but don't hold your breath till I get back. I'm living on island time. I may be late, but you know I'm trying to make the best of an uphill climb. There's just so much I can do to make it through. I'm living on island time. Being laid back is my only crime. Trying to find a little peace of mind. Living on island time. Microwaves and rollerblades are improvements on the past. These new drive-through cheeseburgers are food that's just a bit too fast. Fiber optic, orthoscopic, things come into view. Think I'll stay at home and watch a baseball game before someone speeds that up too. I'm living on island time. I may be late, but you know I'm trying to make the best of an uphill climb. There's just so much I can do to make it through. I'm living on island time. Being laid back is my only crime. Trying to find a little peace of mind. Living on island time. Just trying to find a little peace of mind. Living on island time. And beach music, beach music, beach music just plays on.
There it is. One of the first songs we ever played on the show. And we made it the opening of the show, of course. That is Jerry Diaz and Hannah's Reef with Island Time. And before that, we had Jack Mosley from the CD called Island Time, song called Island Time. And Donnie Brewer starting the show off tonight with a song called
Island Time.
Island Time. There we
Got it,
go.
DK.
All right, that's our little anniversary tribute. I won't do that the whole show. We got Pat Shepard in the house. How fun is this? We got members of the North Coast Parrot Club. We've even got my wife Karen here tonight. Do you believe this?
Very exciting. Very exciting.
In 20 years, this is her third visit to the show. So there you go.
She listens every week, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
She's the only one that gets a CD copy the next day. She's the
there you go.
only person on the planet that gets that little perk. All right, we're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, Pat Shepard's going to play for us live. How fun is that? And I did want to remind you, we are getting very close to Music on the... Oh, by the way, we all had a great time at the Midwinter Flocking over the weekend. What a great time. There we go. Mr. Ed's Bar in Port Clinton. Bob Bandagy was there. Corned Beef and Curry, of course. Johnny Rodriguez, Christine Jackson, Westside Steve Simmons. Total blast. And it's always recovery time when we get back because it's a little kind of crazy there for a couple
Makes
nights.
sense.
But anyway, we had a pretty good crowd out there. Got to see some of the Port Clinton sites like Twin Oaks Brewery and Catawba Brewery on Friday. We started the whole thing up there. And good time. And thanks to the Kayleys for putting that together for, I don't know how many years we've been doing it. 15 years at least, something like that.
Bye-bye, Miss American Pie.
Labor Day weekend 2020, the Island Fever Showcase, the iconic Surf Ballroom, a moment you'll never forget. Make sure you are a part of it. Go to islandfevershowcase.com today and make your plans to be part of Trop Rock history. That's islandfevershowcase.com.
Have faith in God above. If the Bible tells you so, let's shout out to the world today. It's time for music on the bay.
That's right. It's time for another Music on the Bay. Hi, this is Steve Tolliver with the band Trop Rock Junkies, inviting you to this award-winning annual music festival, February 26th through March 1st in Tampa, Florida. The event features non-stop music from over 30 acts on 2 stages, including the Boat Drunks, Gary and the Land Sharks, Jimmy Parrish and the Waves, Jim Asbell and the Tropaholics, Jerry Diaz and Hannah's Reef, and many more, plus special guest appearances from Coral Reefer Band members Nadira Shakur and Doyle Grisham. Of course, yours truly and the Trop Rock Chunkies will be there as well. For details and registration information, go to www.musiconthebay.org. That's musiconthebay.org. See you there.
It's time for music on the bay.
Pat plays Put-in Bay all summer at Frosty Bar. One of my favorite places at Put-in Bay is Frosty Bar. It was the first bar I ever walked into back in the 80s.
Thank you, DK. Yeah, I think they've been there like 70 years or something.
70 years?
Yeah.
I've been thinking next season.
I haven't been there 70 years.
You've been there, well, Put-in Bay, how many years? 15?
15. This will be my 15th year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been thinking of having some of the bar owners check into the show maybe next summer when we get go.
That's a good idea.
Do a little talking about the bars and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Because that's one of my favorites. But anyway, you have a website, patshepard.com?
Yes, and I also am on Instagram now.
Instagram,
Yeah,
all right.
I feel very hip and young and stuff because of that. That is pat.shepard.music.
Beautiful.
And then I have 2 Facebook pages. One that's just my own, where I post where I'm going to play and stuff like that. And then there's a music page that's, I believe, just Pat Shepard Music which we post all the events and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next week, you are going to Key West, Florida. It is Put-in Bay Days in Key West, right?
That's right. Yeah, very excited. I
Sloppy
need to get
Joes?
out. Need to get out. Yep.
Get away from the winter for a few days.
Yeah, it's very nice.
And that's at Sloppy Joe's. Now, what days are those? Fridays, Saturdays?
There'll be a jam session opening on Wednesday with Allie. Allie Market will be there.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Westside Steve will be there. I'll be there. Ray Fogg and Pete Jarvis will be there. And then we all just kind of take turns playing with each other up on the stage.
Okay.
I'm talking about music.
Right.
And
If Fogg was here, he would jump all
as
over.
it was coming out of my mouth, I was wondering, I should stop talking right now.
You're lucky Fogg isn't here. He would have jumped all over that. There we go. So,
then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we each have our own time slot.
Okay.
During the day, throughout the day.
and a lot of the boaters from Puddin Bay go down there to check
Oh,
this
sure,
out.
yeah, it's a great time.
So you see a lot of familiar faces.
We take over the town. Or at
Really?
least that little area.
That little corner.
Yeah, that little corner
Okay.
we do.
Excellent. All right, Pat. Well, I'm going to throw the mics to you. Thank you for being here on the big night.
Thanks for having me. Hope it sounds all right.
All right.
That sound good? Okay, good. I'm kidding. That sounded like crap. All right, here we go. I woke up this morning, fell down and hit my head. Next thing I remember was when I woke up dead. And as I lay there on the ground after my last breath, I forgot to leave instructions for the day of my death. So take my pills, flush my bills, sell my Cadillac. Put a smile upon my face, I'm never coming back. Shine my shoes, comb my hair, shave my face, I don't care. Give my clothes to Goodwill and burn my underwear. You guys recognize this one, right? Death's been treating me alright, it's easy to cope. I've been drinking with Jesus, smoking dope with the Pope. I had a cheeseburger with Gandhi, sing a tune with old blue eyes. Now I have unfinished business before all my goodbyes. Wipe your eye, don't you cry, I'll be fine up here. Should I say it? Watch all of my porno and drink up all my beer. Tell the kids to stay in class, tell my boss to kiss my ass. Throw me in a box and lay me beneath the grass. I'll be singing with Jim Croce, eating egg rolls with Bruce Lee, popping pills with Marilyn, doing coke with Belushi. I'll be telling jokes to Rodney while eating ham with Mama Cass, hanging with Saddam and writing songs with Johnny Cash. Take my pills, flush my bills, sell my Cadillac. Put a smile upon my face, I'm never coming back. Shine my shoes, comb my hair, shave my face, I don't care. Give my clothes to Goodwill, burn my underwear. Thank you.
All right. Room full of shakers. All right. Pat Shepard live right here on Island Time. Was
Thank
that
you.
what song was the
That
name?
sound good?
Yes.
Day of My Death.
Day of My
That was
Death.
the Day of My Death, yeah.
From the one and only Pat Shepard CD that we
correct.
have here called Barroom Singer. Mm-hmm. And Pat, are you?
Which
thinking
will,
about-
by the way, be able to be purchased before I go to Key West online. I'm getting with the times. I will have discs as well, but also people can actually download the stuff like they do.
Okay.
It'll be on Spotify and Apple
Music,
Store,
all that
whatever,
kind of
Apple
stuff.
Store, and then the Android Play Store, or whatever, stuff like that. So
Excellent.
people have been making fun of me for like the last year and a half because I still sell discs. Because they say, who has a CD player? And I don't even have one, so I don't know. You still have one, DK?
We have lots, yeah.
Oh, do you?
We have
Good,
one in the
good.
car. We got stuff. I'm still a fan. I still buy them, actually.
Yeah, I always buy full albums.
So, yeah. All right, Pat. Well, are
Thanks.
you working on another one? Or
Yeah, the other one's the rough copy has been recorded.
Okay.
Just my solo part. And
Maybe by
the
summer?
other people need to join.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping for summer, yeah.
Okay.
That's the plan.
That would be awesome.
Yep.
We're going to do one that you wrote about Frosty Bar a little while ago.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
It's on the Barroom Singer album. We're going to do that right now. It's Pat Shepard on our 20th anniversary show here tonight on Island Time.
I remember back 9 years ago when I was out of a job.
I was looking for dough, I had nowhere to go. I was living like a total slob. So I picked myself up, grabbed my very last dime, and bought me a used guitar. I got me a gig, now I'm making it big, playing at the Frosty Bar. I'm playing at the Frosty Bar. I'm playing at the Frosty Bar. I'm eating pickled eggs, checking out some legs, playing at the Frosty Bar. I got my start doing Pat Daly's songs, man, those were the days. Singing out, drinking in the Great Lakes song, not to mention Ugly Face. But there's something about doing other people's songs that makes me feel like a hack. So I got myself stoned and I wrote down my own, then Frosty asked me back. Now I'm playing at the Frosty Bar, playing at the Frosty Bar. You know I got my eye on a big pizza pie, playing at the Frosty Bar. One time I played up at the bay and I broke my stinking car. She died right there on the side of the road, you know, she didn't make it far. It was 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning, there was nothing that I could do. So I kicked her twice and I walked into town to the Frosty Bar for a few. Now I'm drinking at the Frosty Bar, drinking at the Frosty Bar. I'm giving back the dough I made the night before, drinking at the Frosty Bar. Well, I'm drinking at the Frosty Bar, I'm drinking at the Frosty Bar. It's mighty safe to say I'm probably gonna stay here drinking at the Frosty Bar.
This is Bob Karwin from San Diego, California, and I'm living on Island Time on WBWC 88.3 FM, The Sting.
Hey, DK, it's Millie Marie Taylor. I just wanted to wish you happy 20th anniversary, Island Time Radio. You have been such an inspiration for the trop rock music and for me and lots of listeners out there. You have paved the way for 20 years to bring the best in trop rock music. Thank you.
I drive down this highway 190 miles an hour. I look for a road sign, but I always see it too late. I could use the stars to guide me, but I don't know how since I slept through that lecture. My inner faith would Mar-a-Lago. Fly down this highway, got my pedal to the floor. I thumb my nose at the speed traps, they don't frighten me anymore. I'm used to the speed now, almost seems just a little too normal. Blur is my focus as I look at the world through my porthole, and I drive with my eyes closed, good as any other way I know. A map won't help me if I don't know where I wanna go. Drive with my eyes closed, yeah, yeah. Drive with my eyes closed.
That's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Karwin. Bob Karwin on Island Time. That is a song called Drive. And about a year or so into doing Island Time, he came out with his first album. And he was one of the first artists who enthusiastically contacted me and said, I'm going to mail you some CDs and all that. And the song Drive, which you just heard, was re-recorded a few years later and kind of spruced up a little bit production-wise. Kevin Johnston was involved at that point. But the original song that year in 2001, I forget how it even happened, but I presented it to the radio station, and they liked it so much they started airing it on the regular WBWC format. That's not happened before or since, that one of my songs from Trop Rock on the Island Time ended up on the format. It was really wild. So we always like to bring that one up. So we're going to talk to Bob, one of our longest-running friends and guests of Island Time. He's from San Diego, but this past April he made a point. It was unbelievable. His daughter was playing volleyball in Columbus or something, and he made the trip up here and was here for a show for the first time this past spring. So that was a lot of fun. So we're going to talk to Bob, and we got Pat Shepard in the house. We got giveaways coming up. Stick around for that. And it's all tonight on the Island Time Radio Show. 20th anniversary tonight, man. Let's go out to San Diego, California. One of our longest-running guests on the show. And when I was putting this show together, I said, I want to have somebody who's been part of Island Time for many years. And that tonight is, what's his name? Bob Karwin. Bob?
Hey, DK. Hey, Amo. How you doing?
Amo?
We're not doing that anymore?
Hello. We have Pat Shepard in the house, yeah.
Hey, Pat.
How you doing? How's it going, my friend?
Fantastic.
Good to hear from you again. What's up?
Oh, man, it's been a long time. Let's see. I haven't been there in several months. Let's see. What's happened since then? Well, let's see. I've grown about 2 feet, so I'm around 8 feet tall now.
Really?
And, yeah, and I'm running for Trop Rock Music Association Entertainer of the Year. I try to do that the same cycle as the presidential election just so I can keep it straight. Last time I won was 2016. Next time I'm coming up is 2020. So I'm trying to keep it on the same cycle.
When Bob wants something, he goes after it. Like, he wanted to be the Flocking of the Faithful, so he had a campaign for like 4 or 5 years with the Kayleys. He's like, I want to play the Flocking of the Faithful. And you did. You ended up playing it. And then a few years later, he says, I want to be Entertainer of the Year. And he had campaign buttons, bumper stickers. He had all kinds of stuff.
You got to take
It was a slow burn, I'll tell you, but it worked out.
And he won. He won. So you're on this campaign again, Bob.
Well, of course. I mean, why wouldn't I be? The people deserve it. It's not even up to me. I do it for the people. I'm a public servant is really what I am.
That's right, of course.
Exactly. I know.
By the way, I just want to say, 20 years, congratulations. None of us, I swear, none of us thought you were going to make it. 20 years.
Is that right?
It's amazing. You've got to be the oldest student at that school.
Yes, I am. I think I am.
You're going to run out of classes to take so you can stay on that station. I mean, maybe next year you can break the kiln in a ceramics class or something and stay around for another year.
Home economics or something like that.
Still working on his associates, 20 years in.
That's funny. Well,
You're
Bob,
on your 19th consecutive associate's degree.
well, Bob was finally here in studio this past spring. I remember that was a memorable night, and thank you for coming up here. That was a lot of fun.
I'll tell you what, it's great. It was weird being there because I've been talking to you for so long. Like we were, it's been 19. I've been on the show for about 19 years now.
Yeah.
I haven't been on the show for 19 years. I've done the show over the course of 19 years.
Right.
And to sit there face to face was just a surreal experience because you've got such a distinctive voice. And sitting there across the console, looking straight at you, and you talking, I felt like I should have been on the phone instead. It was really weird.
Right.
Pulling out the guitar and getting to play some songs right there in lovely Ohio was just an experience I'll never forget. It was amazing.
Well, I'm glad you made it, Bob. And if you're ever in town again, feel free. You got an open invitation. And
I appreciate that. I'll tell you, for people who don't know the station, for the three other people in America who haven't been there, you go in the back, and it's a full-on old-school radio station. They've got this closet full of albums, and while we were there, I got to browse through all the vinyl in the back there. It was just a nerd's paradise. It was fantastic looking at all the, the 80s and early 90s just alt music that college radio stations play. It was fantastic. I would love to just spend a weekend in there locked in.
one of the fun things I like to show people is the Jimmy Buffett albums. The vinyl are still there from when they were released. And it's fun to read some of the reviews the students made at the time. It's fascinating.
Were they pro or con?
A little both. A little both. But
did he ever play at the school? It's Bryn Mawr, right?
Say that again?
What's the name of the school you're at?
Baldwin Wallace University, yes. BW.
Baldwin Wallace. I don't Bryn Mawr. Where's that? Baldwin Wallace. So you're at Baldwin Wallace, and did he ever play there? I know he played at San Diego State as a solo act and as a duo. Did he ever come around there as an acoustic guy?
No, not. Maybe Ray Fogg has played here, but not Jimmy Buffett. So.
That'd be a very, very different show.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So how many albums do you have now, Bob?
Oh man, it's so many. 40, 42, something like that. I've got 6 that I count. I've got 8, but I only tell people 6 because the other 2 are awful. And when I first sent it to you, I was still in that stage where I was burning CDs on my own computer and printing the labels, and I could only do the labels in black and white because I couldn't afford that much color ink. So I sent you that, and that's how long I've been doing it. So I've got 6 good ones, but a new one on the horizon. We're in pre-production right now on another record, so that's going to be fun to do.
Awesome. I was looking at that first album last night, Bob, and you had a little note on the back of the CD. It said, "If this CD will not play properly for you, contact me and I will replace it."
Yeah.
You don't get that very often from artists. You know what I'm saying?
I think you did that. I remember spending a lot of time trying to staple the booklet together and just printing. It was one of those. It was early days of technology where you'd print the liner and it would come out sideways, and then I'd have to reprint it. Yeah. And what a nightmare! Yeah. And it was conversely proportional to how good the music was. I mean, I really wish that I could go back and not do that album again. It's really funny when you do your first album or your second album. If you're an independent, not on a record label or something like that, but if you're an independent, you don't have anybody who's willing to tell you you're awful. So you put out that first record and you promote the hell out of it, and you just give it to everybody. And you want to get gigs, and you're giving it out on cassettes at the time, and all this other stuff. When I go back and I go, I cannot believe I was expecting people to hire me from this kind of music. It's been a long time, but of course now we both know that I'm the man, the myth, the legend, and I've just become just an icon in the music industry. Yes. So it's all paid off.
You have harnessed and gotten better, and for a while there, Kevin Johnston was your producer. Is he still doing your work, or?
Kevin is not producing the new one. I'm trying a new sound on it, and I'm not going to disclose who my new producer is yet until we get some of the tracks ready. But we're in all the songs are written, and we're in pre-production right now. So I've got a very, very special project coming up. It's going to be amazing. I've got some duets coming. It's going to be all originals.
Wow.
And it's one of the. But here's the thing. musicians are supposed to get better as they get older, but what happens invariably is they get super boring because they get arty. If you look at Jackson Browne, prime example, this guy was amazing, and he was partying like crazy with the Eagles and writing all kinds of iconic songs, and the older he got and the more skilled he got, the more boring his songs got. It's crazy. You know, nobody goes, oh, man, did you hear the new Jackson Browne? It's amazing. It's just like 1975 all over again. No, nobody says that. So my goal as I get older is to become more and more exciting. And by the time I'm like 75, 76 years old, it's going to sound like, I don't know, an old No Doubt record. Who knows?
Okay. Now, this is definitely not your specialty, but one little funny, quirky thing that you've done over the years is to cover a song that most people would not touch, especially a trop rock artist. Like you redid Paula Abdul's Straight On as a trop rock song, right?
Straight Up.
Straight Up.
Straight up. Get it right, man.
I'm thinking
Do
of Heart.
your research. You did not prepare for this interview even a little bit, did you?
And then there was another one a couple of years ago that was out of left field. I forget that one.
So I've done a bunch of covers. I try to do a cover on every album. I've done a version of, and by the way, if you play these two side by side, I did a version of the Kinks' Ape Man.
Right.
Right? And my version of it came out, and then after that, Zac Brown Band put out Island Song. And if you play my song and that song, the intros are identical, and mine was out first. Just saying.
And the Kinks
I did that. And,
Kinks didn't do it that way. It was you had a different arrangement, is what you're saying.
That's right. I did a different. I did like a kind of a reggae-ish arrangement of Ape Man. Probably my favorite cover that I've done, super obscure. Anybody in New England would know these guys, the Poussette Dart Band. And they were out of Rhode Island. They were kind of regional favorites. And I did a song of theirs called Amnesia as a cover. And then I did a version of Rockpile's Heart. And I did that on solo ukulele.
Wow.
Because I heard, Nick Lowe wrote that song. And he did it solo acoustic, and I heard it, and I thought it was amazing. So I dropped it down even further to ukulele. So these are the kind of weirdness going through my head.
That was a really good album in 1980, right, Rockpile? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so Rockpile came out. Their version of it was rockabilly, and then Nick Lowe took that song and made it solo acoustic, and then I took it and made it ukulele,
and your most
as Rob Mail would say.
One thing you've always strived to do is do trop rock, but not be typical trop rock. You never say, I'm at the beach and I'm having a margarita and I'm sitting there. It right, refer to that, but it's not really out in front and so obvious, right?
You're talking about trop rock Mad Libs.
Your music. Yeah.
That's
right.
That's what I try to stay away from. So the last album that I did, I've got a couple of songs that are kind of more obvious. But the album before that, I intentionally left out all references to palm trees and margaritas. I left out those words do not exist. 2 albums ago, it was called Nowhere to Hide. Was that album? It was kind of an acoustic album. There's no drums or electric on that one. The last one I did both of those things. So I'm a hypocrite, but I'm owning it. So that's important.
And you mentioned A1A on this. Is your most recent album the Reinventing the Wheel, right?
Yep, that's the most recent one.
End of A1A we're going to play here in just a second. I really like that one. But
let me tell you. So let me tell you about that song. I don't know if you know this, but so that song, I decided I wanted to write a Jim Haynes style crime drama about Key West.
Okay.
So what I did was I researched each. There are 3 stories in that song that are true crime stories in Key West. And if you go to my website, I think I actually have the references to the stories. So one of them is about a family that got murdered in their house down on Cuba Street. One is about a girl who hitchhiked down she took a bus down to Key West and was never seen again, her and her sister both. And then another one, I wanted to have a guy who jumped off the 7 Mile Bridge, and it actually happened. And I went through it. So these are all 3 of the verses that happen in that are true stories. And I talked to some people. I talked to Danny Hoy and some other people who live down there, and I said, I don't live down here. Is this offensive to you guys that I wrote about these things? Are you guys upset? Because that last one was not that long ago.
Okay.
So people actually remember it. And they said, no, it's cool. It kind of, they remember it, and I got the seal of approval from Key West to do those songs. So I appreciated that.
Excellent. All right, well, I'm looking forward to your very special project, whatever that may be. And
coming soon. I should have it probably by May or June. I'd like to have it out by Fins to the West. And can I just say, for all of you guys who are looking to get somewhere unusual, Rob Mail and I are doing a cruise to where? Alaska. We're going from Seattle up to Alaska in May. It's a totally mild time of year. You want white beaches? I got white beaches for you. It's Alaska and Canada. Both of them happening, man. So go on my website, bobkarwin.com. That's BobKarwin.com, and come with us. Come with us to Alaska.
Is it really going to be nice in Alaska at that time of year? Really?
Oh yeah, well it's you know it's always snow up there because it's permafrost, but it's mild, so you can be out there in just like a sweatshirt or something like that. It's not 30 below zero
so
at that time of year.
White beach might mean snow. Anyway,
it does. You got that. Look at you, first time. You're amazing.
Alaska is very beautiful. You're not going there for the suntan. But it's beautiful in the icebergs and all that. Yeah.
My friend, you should wear sunscreen there because the reflection off of the snow will burn you like crazy.
Oh, is that
Come
right?
on, you're in Ohio. You know that.
I never go north of here, so usually.
People who ski get sunburned worse than anybody.
Oh, is that right? Okay. I haven't done that in a long time either. Well, excellent, folks. Check that out. Check out the Bob Karwin and Rob Mell as well. How cool is that? Very
That's
cool.
going to be fantastic. We got that coming up, and then coming up this summer, I'm going to Mexico with Dennis McCaughey and the Chicken Lady Heather Vidal. I'm going to the Ozarks. I'm going to Chicago. I'm going to be all over the place this year. It's going to be fun. Last year I didn't travel so much. This year I'm getting around.
Was that Chicken Lady?
Like the Beach Boys.
There you go. Was that Chicken Lady reference to that video in Meeting the Minds?
I just called her the Chicken Lady. I don't know anything about a video in Key West.
You don't? Seriously?
Come on, man, that's two. You're not paying attention.
Anyway, check it out it's probably on YouTube. Anyway, Heather Vidal, chickens. Anyway.
Heather Vidal gets hit by chickens.
While she was performing.
It's fantastic.
All right, Bob. Thanks so much, as always, for checking in. I appreciate you doing this on our 20th anniversary show.
Dennis, can I just say congratulations, honestly, truly. 20 years of doing your show. It's amazing. Show's gotten better and bigger and bigger. It's fantastic. Appreciate everything you do for us in this corner of the music universe, and I wish you the best in another 20 years. Congratulations, my man.
We'll shoot for 20 more years. I don't know, but we'll see. But thank you very much. I appreciate that much, Bob. And big fins up to you. And thank you so much for checking in. We're going to play End of A1A. And we will talk to you real soon, my friend.
Right on.
Have fun in Alaska. This is
Thanks, man.
End of A1A, Bob Karwin.
Little greenhouse on Cuba Street on a fading Key West night. 3 suntan children go to bed while their mother turns off the light. The trash truck rattles to the curb outside like so many times before. Just enough noise to camouflage the shopping center to the floor. This never happened, it just can't be. The neighbors always say when the real world comes to the Florida Keys at the end of A1A, they try to hide what goes on inside, but the news always finds a way. That's the price of paradise, the end of A1A. Jersey girl with a wild side, spring break 73. Burning board down on the shore, she caught a bus to the Keys. Out of money and out of time, she hitched back to mark her bike. A Stock Island burger joins the last place she was seen alive. This never happened, it just can't be. The neighbors always say when the real world comes to the Florida Keys at the end of A1A, they try to hide what goes on inside, but never no wait at all. That's the way they like it. Thank you, come again. Stay long enough, trouble isn't if it's just a matter of when. Regretful man in an SUV led the deputies on a chase, trying to find some way to escape memories he can't erase. He pulled over on the 7-mile bridge, jumped over the side. Traffic backed up for miles and miles, but nobody knew why. This never happens, it just can't be. The neighbors always say, when the real world comes to the Florida Keys at the end of A1A, they try to hide what goes on inside, but the news always finds a way. That's the prize of paradise, the end of A1A.
Hey, it's Fred McFarlane, one of the 3 Parrot Freds. And what was I doing 20 years ago? Who am I kidding? I can barely remember what I did yesterday. What were we just talking about? In all seriousness, 20 years doing anything is awesome, something to be very proud of. On behalf of myself and Travel by Georgia, happy anniversary, DK, and here's to 20 more.
There's that 20 more thing again. That is Fred McFarlane. Thank you so much, Fred. How cool was that? DK on duty.
Very
It
cool.
is the 20th anniversary Island Time show tonight, and we have special guest in the house, Mr. Pat Shepard from Puddin' Bay and sometimes Sloppy Bob's.
Yeah,
and
Cleveland, Ohio.
Public House.
Public House. I was at the Public House last Saturday. I'll be at Sloppy Bob's this Friday in Parma on State Road.
About what time does that start Friday?
It's an early one for me. I think I start around 8:30.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
they like me to start earlier, which I
and you go till
appreciate.
midnight
yeah.
or
3 hours.
something like
Yeah,
that. Okay.
If it's going well, I sometimes go over, you know. But
I think I might come down there
yeah,
this
that'd be
week.
great.
Sloppy Bob's. All right. And we're going to throw the mics to Pat Shepard. Check out his website,
All right.
patshepard.com.
We were just talking about how I went to school here and how I got kicked out of here.
Really?
Yeah, so verse 2 in this kind of. Another Sunday morning, my money's all been spent. Credit cards are maxed out, I can't pay the rent. Lights have been shut off now for just about 2 weeks. If I don't make some money soon, I'm gonna wind up in the streets. That's just the life of this poor old man, working and scratching every day. Too many nights, no money in my hand. How did I end up this way? If I stayed in school, I could probably pay my bills. Instead I went out drinking, now I'm working in the mills. My gas tank's always empty, I got blisters on my feet. My shoes are worn down to the sole, I ain't got no food to eat. That's just the life of this poor old man, working, scratching every day. Too many nights with no money in my hand. How did I end up this way? When I was younger, I had so many dreams, until that hunger fell apart at the seams. They say hard work will get you where you want to go. I worked my fingers to the bone, I got nothing to show. The money that I make is spent on gambling, booze, and weed. If you ask me, that's just about the only thing I need. That's just the life
for this poor old man, working and scratching every day. Too many nights with no money in my hand. How did I end up this way? So many bills to pay. Tell my dealer I'm on my way, 'cause I got paid today.
All right.
Thank you.
Is that a new one, Pat? Or is that a cover?
No, that was one of mine. I wrote it
See that?
a year and a half ago, yeah.
I thought Johnny Cash wrote it or something.
Yeah, thank you, DK. Wow.
Johnny, of course,
Being
is
very nice tonight to me.
Johnny Cash is one of Pat's favorites.
Yes, I love Johnny Cash.
All right, and the name of that song was?
I don't know.
He's still working on
Remember?
it.
Yeah. I just write the songs. I don't come up with the names, DK.
It's
That's
a working song.
Crazy, yeah.
All
No,
right.
I like it's done. I just like maybe it would be
finalized
Poor Old Man, I think is what we
Poor Old Man.
what we decided, yeah.
Very good. I like that one. All right. The first album, there was some cover songs and a couple serious songs, but most of it was just like drinking madness. Is it going to be kind of that again, or more of a
There's a good mix.
straightforward
There's
thing?
a good mix on this. I
Okay.
do still have, of course, the drinking songs and stuff like that, because that's what I need to do at Put in Bay. But
It
there's
works.
also a couple good ones about, Cleveland, and I did a song. I think I did it on the show. It must have been a few years ago. About in 1913, there was a huge storm that went over the Great Lakes, and tons of ships went down, and a bunch of people died, and all that stuff. So I wrote a song about that. So that one's a real pick me up. But I'm gonna throw it on there.
It's a good one in the vein of Requiem and Fish.
Yeah, it's kind of
And I do remember
how many beer songs can I write? I gotta see what I can see what else I can do, right?
I do remember when you did that. That was a very good one. So
Nice,
that'll probably
DK.
be on the next album.
It will be, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Hey, this is Lisa Mychols, and I hope you'll stick around during tonight's 11 o'clock East Coast hour, 8 o'clock West Coast time, as I interview Dennis King, a.k.a. DK himself. Yep, that's right. The tables have turned right here on Island Time Radio, WBWC.
On 7 Mile Beach I went out walking today, out where all the tan gods and the sun bunnies play. I watched the sailboats sailing and the walkers stroll, and kids out on the beach were digging rock and roll. The sun was so warm and the water so blue, I knew all along it was the right thing to do. Paradise within reach on 7 Mile Beach. There were treasures from the sea there washed up on the shore, and every little wave just brought me more and more. Everyone I talked to had such good things to say about leaving work and coming down to Cayman to play, where it's always good to see you, so come back again, where no one is a stranger, everyone is a friend. Paradise within reach on 7 Mile Beach. Magic castles in the clean white sand, old and new love walking hand in hand, turquoise water like you've never seen, and the Cayman sunset, it's an artist's dream, and it feels like paradise. It looks like paradise. It's paradise within reach on 7 Mile Beach. paradise. It looks like paradise. It's paradise within reach on 7 Mile Beach. On 7 Mile Beach I went out walking today, out where all the tan gods and the sun bunnies play. I watched the sailboats sailing and the walkers stroll, and kids out on the beach were digging rock and roll. The sun was so warm and the water so blue, I knew all along it was the right thing to do. Paradise within reach on 7 Mile Beach. Paradise within reach on 7 Mile Beach. It's paradise within reach on 7 Mile Beach.
When the telephone woke me this morning, I'm sorry was the first thing I said. From that point it gets a bit fuzzy, just thinking with half of a head. Trying to put the pieces together, well, it's shocking to flash on the past. Cause when you're known as a rascal, it's a good bet you showed off your ass. That's right, I was so damn bad last night, I'll be good for the rest of my life. Tore up the bar, lost a pretty nice car, and it's a good bet I ain't ticked off my wife. From now on I'm gonna act right. That's right, so damn bad last night. The quicker my brain starts to hurt. It really is funny unwinding the money that gets stuffed in your pants and your shirt. Trying to make sense of phone numbers scribbled on the back of old cards. I guess that we ought to be thankful nobody knows who we are. That's right, I was so damn bad last night, I'll be good for the rest of my life. Telling you, and this is the truth, I finally seen the light. From now on I'm gonna act right. That's right, so damn bad last night. Oh yeah. Oh, I never intended to do it, I just stopped in for one drink or two. But all of the chicks were so foxy, I wanted to marry a few. The place was more crowded than usual. Yes, and everybody there was my friend. Franny and Snake, old Bunky and Jake. Sometimes the night never ends. That's right, I was so damn bad last night, I'll be good for the rest of my life. I tore up the bar, lost a pretty nice car, and it's a good bet I ain't ticked off my wife. Yeah, from now on I'm gonna act right. That's right, so damn bad last night. Oh yeah, I was so damn bad last night, I'll be good for the rest of my life. Now I'm telling you, and this is the truth, I finally seen the light. From now on I'm gonna act right. That's right, so damn bad last night. Yeah, from now on I'm gonna act right. Not so damn bad last night. Yes, I was.
I love the colorful clothes she wears and the way the sunlight plays upon her hair. I hear the sound of a gentle word on the wind that lifts her perfume through the air. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. Good vibrations. Close my eyes. She's somehow closer now. Softly smile, I know she must be kind. In her eyes, she goes with me to a blossom room. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me excitation, good vibration, excitation, good vibration, but she sends me there. Gotta keep those loving good vibrations happening with her. Gotta keep those loving good vibrations happening with her. Gotta keep those loving good
Cool breeze, soothing DJ voice, and good music. Besides a coconut drink, what else do you need? You're listening to Island Time with Dennis King right here on 88.3.
This is Colin.
And Jill.
From Chill.
Congratulations to Island Time Radio Show for your 20 years of sharing trop rock music. Congratulations, DK. Happy anniversary.
Tomorrow's the last day and the summer's through. Tomorrow's the last day that I'll be with you. 'Cause we're through forgetting me. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. It's not that we parted and I have to
All right, that is Lisa Mychols out of Los Angeles, California, and that is a cover of a Jan and Dean song from way back in the day, and it wasn't one of Jan and Dean's big hits, but it was on one of their albums. Always loved that song. In fact, there was a very, very short period of time where me and a buddy of mine were trying to start a band in the early 80s, and we said we were going to sing that song. But Lisa, man, made it fantastic. It was a tribute to Jan Berry album that Cut appeared on originally. Before that, we had the Beach Boys' Good Vibrations, a classic, and we are digging out some trop rock classics tonight. A little trop rock nostalgia. We had the late, great Jim Morris going way back with So Bad Last Night. And Sonny Jim White, I think this might be from his first album, 7 Mile Beach, when he was still playing in the Grand Cayman Islands. Of course, 7 Mile Beach is down there, and that's one of Sonny Jim's earliest tracks. He has so many albums now since we've been doing it in the last 20 years. Buddy Troy and Marilyn are out in Vegas, listening in Las Vegas tonight for the 20th anniversary. And in studio, we have Perry with us, Perry from Elyria. Joanne is with us. What's that? Parma Heights. That's where I grew up, Parma Heights. And my wife Karen is here as well. From Parma, yeah.
And I'm here too.
From the North
Rocky
Coast.
River, yeah.
Very close. Pat Shepard, Rocky River.
Yeah,
That's
Rocky
right.
River.
All right, we're going to take a very quick break. And this is something we did last year. Lisa Mychols, who we just heard, on the occasion of the 20th anniversary, is going to interview me. The tables are turned. She's going to interview me for a few minutes. And Pat, if you want to make some comments during this, that'll be interesting. So I want to thank the staff of WBWC. They put a big banner on our wall. Congratulations on 20 years. How fun is that? Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Everybody, all the students here for the last 20 years. I actually, when I first started, I was like nervous that the kids would think this is really unhip to have this kind of show,
yeah.
And they would laugh me off the stage or something. But I've had nothing but kind words and friendly things over the years with the students, so I just want to say that. All right.
They respect their elders.
They respect their elders. And I'm even a lot older than when we first started doing this. All right. Let's go out to Los Angeles, California. We did this last year. It was a lot of fun. And Lisa Mychols is one of my favorite power pop artists. Every time one of her songs pops on my iPod, I'm like, sometimes I don't recognize it right away, and I go, this is such a good song. I go, I bet you it's Lisa, and I look over, and it is. Because she has had so many different things. She does solo things. She sometimes plays in bands, sometimes doing these cover songs or whatever, tribute CDs. Lisa Mychols from L.A., welcome to the show. Welcome back to Island Time.
Thank you. You made me giggle. Hi, Karen.
She says hello, Lisa says. She can't hear you, but everybody's waving. There we go.
Yay, I hear the shakers.
The shakers are going, yes. And say hello to our in-studio guest here. We got Pat Shepard with us.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Pat.
How are you?
Oh, this is so cool. I am great. How are you?
I'm wonderful. It's nice to meet you.
Yay. Nice to meet you, too.
If you're ever in the Lake Erie Islands, Pat plays up at Puddin Bay. Yeah.
Yep.
So
all summer long.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It's wonderful.
All right, Lisa, I'm going to hand the mic to you. She's going to do this again. I hope this is something fun for everyone on the occasion of the 20th anniversary.
Right? It's like this. Okay, guys, get ready. Everybody rub your hands together.
Okay.
Make them warm.
Okay.
And that's it. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Dennis, congratulations on your 20 years.
Thank you, Lisa.
First off, what inspired you to do radio?
You know what? I wanted to do radio all along, even back as early as like 10 years old. I used to make cassette tape shows and that kind of thing. And I kept doing it all through my teen years. And I took it in high school. And we had shows in high school. And then I did some shows in college. And then I went in the bar scene for a while. I was doing that in weddings and that kind of thing. And after that started to slow down, the opportunity to do the college radio again came up here at Baldwin Wallace. And anyway, what inspired me? The music, the fun of it, all that kind of stuff. Mainly the music, though.
Nice. Beautiful. So were you in the radio business before you started your trop Trop Rock show? And if you were, then in what capacity?
I was, Lisa. I was behind the board for a talk radio station, and they would let me do the weather. And the funniest story I like to tell people is my shift would end at midnight, but they would run the weather till like 6 a.m. So I would actually sometimes have a date at like 12:30 at night, and I'd turn it on and say, "Hey, I'm on the radio with the weather," trying to impress my dates, that kind of thing.
What do you think about that, Karen?
I was the one.
Nice.
You were not impressed.
That must be Karen.
Yes.
So, okay, so, and I just want to just say quickly, I did have some help on these questions, and hopefully we'll have time for me just to give a shout out to some of the people that have a bit of say in these questions.
Yes.
Okay?
Lisa
Cool?
has a big fan base. Go ahead.
Okay, so your show is 20 years old and one of the first Trop Rock shows on the air. What were you seeing or hearing in the world of music in the 1990s that made you think that a show dedicated to Trop Rock would or could succeed on the radio?
I had I love the Beach Boys, and I love surf music, which I think you do as well. And in high school, I even had the idea, what would be an idea to have a radio station with a format of surf music? And it was just a passing thought. But then as the years went on, I got into Jimmy Buffett music, and then the Put-in-Bay music. And I started to think about that time, maybe I could do a show with all this. And then these independent Trop Rock guys started coming out of the woodwork. Jim Morris, Sonny Jim White, Hugo Duarte, Bob Karwin, Don Middlebrook. They were all coming around. And we started to add that to the playlists. And in the 2000s, as the years went on, it just exploded. I mean, I used to struggle. I'll tell Pat, I used to play like maybe 2 or 3 Ray Fogg songs in a show because I didn't have that much music. There's so much music now, I can't play it all in 3 hours.
Sure,
It's tough. But anyway, that's when it all happened. When we were in Key West this past fall, they actually had a Legends of Trop Rock show, and some of the founding fathers, if you will, were the hosts, and they talked about how this all kind of came together.
Nice. So when you first started your Trop Rock radio show, what methods did you use to spread the word about your show?
This is funny. When we went on the air, we were on in 2000. It's Sunday nights at 1 a.m. There was just a couple of 100 watts at the radio station. There was no web stream. So I don't think anybody was listening except me and Karen, perhaps. But what methods did we use? The internet, I guess. I used to email. I've emailed the playlist to anybody that's interested for the last 20 years. I think that was the main thing. And then once the social media thing started, MySpace first, and then there was a Parrot Head one called Meet the Flockers, and that's when, and of course Facebook, that's when things really, we were able to get the word out,
Meet the Flockers. Is it a play on the movie Meet the Flockers?
Probably.
Okay.
It didn't last long because Facebook got so popular. All right.
So did your show have a slow start, or was it successful from the beginning?
I'll say during the time it was on at 1 a.m, it was a slow start, yeah. I used to just tell people on the street, you know about this show? Okay. That was my way of telling people.
So also in the beginning, where did you find new resources of Trop Rock to share with your listeners?
In the early years, one of the best sources was the head of PHIP, Parrot Heads in Paradise, which is a national thing for anybody who's not in the Parrot Head world. And the guy who was the president at the time, Bob Heffelfinger, I believe his name was, the late great Bobby, has passed since, but he sent me an email, and he says, I'm in touch with all the Trop Rockers that are out there, and now that you're doing this show, I think we should start getting you more music. And he got the word out, and all of a sudden, all this music started coming in, and that's where it all began. So thank you, Bob. He got the ball rolling.
And speaking of that, let me think here. So who are some of the big name guests you've had on your show?
I was thinking about this. The 3 biggest names outside of Pat Shepard.
Of course. Thank you.
Al Jardine of the Beach Boys has been on the telephone. We had him on. one time we had Brian Wilson for about 30 seconds. Jeff Foskett got Brian in the same room and put him on the phone. That was pretty exciting. We also had Peter Mayer. Oh, yeah. Peter Mayer. Of course, I became with the Brian Wilson thing, Lisa, you can relate to this. I became the silly fan. I was like, thank you, Brian, for all you've done. But we had Peter Mayer from Jimmy Buffett's Coral Reefer Band was actually in the studio. And my wife is a huge fan of Peter Mayer, so she was all excited, and she held his coat while he played on the show. That was one of her favorite memories. And if you ever see Jimmy play, that's the lead guitarist, and he has a big time solo career as well.
Yay!
I'm trying to think of who else.
Cool.
There's probably somebody else really famous.
Pat Daly, has he been?
Oh, Pat Daly, of course. Yeah, Puddin' Bay, legendary Pat Daly. All right.
And if we want to add to all this, we can always add to the Island Time Facebook page.
Oh yeah.
The thing. Okay, so this question comes from Robbie White of Tacoma Park Radio. He asks, "What is your favorite song?"
My favorite song of all time?
Yeah.
Wouldn't It Be Nice? With the Beach Boys. Yes.
Oh, what does Karen think of that?
What does Karen think of that? She wants to know.
His favorite song being "Wouldn't It Be Nice"?
Yeah.
Good song.
Yeah, isn't it? I mean, it just has everything. The lyrics are fantastic.
Right?
The music is fantastic. Yeah, the Wrecking Crew sound, and God Only Knows.
And the words.
Yeah, and the words. God Only Knows is obviously great as well from Pet Sounds. We had that for our wedding song. So.
Aww.
What is your favorite song, Lisa? While we're on the topic,
you're not allowed to ask.
I'm not allowed to ask any questions. Okay.
Don't answer that.
No.
Lisa, don't answer that.
Don't go there. I'm locked up on that one. Yeah, long story. Okay, this one comes from Michael McCartney of the Time Machine in Maui. He asks, "Are you among the large number of disc jockeys since the 1950s that have nightmares of ending up with the dreaded dead air?"
Yes, absolutely. I have dreams pretty often. Well, I shouldn't say pretty often, but once in a while, I have dreams of not being able to get to the studio on time. I mean, and no matter what happens in the dream, I can't get there, And this actually did happen one time. I got stuck by a train or something, and I was like 10, 15 minutes late. But the dream is always the same scenario. For some reason, the show is about to happen, and I can't get here. So, yeah, I've had that dream.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a book somewhere in here where, like, all radio show hosts can all get together and just write this amazing book. This sounds fascinating to me.
Therapy sessions, perhaps.
Okay, so I have a few more.
Okay.
How often?
We're moving on to the leisure questions now. Leisure questions.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so how often do you visit tropical climates?
As often as possible. Usually it has something to do with trop rock music. And, Key West, of course, we've been there many times. There we go. I got to get to I've never been to California, Lisa. I've been talking about that for years, and I still haven't been to California. Hawaii, obviously, would be wonderful. But we have been to Key West. On cruises, we've been to Grand Cayman, Jamaica, St. Croix. So we've hit a few of them, but only, how cruises are for a few hours. So it's a little tiny taste. Tampa.
Well, we have one of... Oh, Tampa. Okay.
Tampa, yeah. Every year we've been going to Music on the Bay out there, so...
So you're just not into dry climate. I get it. But we have really good traffic here.
I want to go to California. I want to see all the Beach Boy
Quite the opposite.
Historical sites. That's what I want to do.
He just wants to meet up with the Beach Boys. I get it. Whatever.
and Lisa and some other folks I know. John Stebbins. You know John, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so since we're on the tropical climate thing, okay. Have you ever done your show in a tropical climate?
No, that's a great idea. The closest I have is Music on the Bay. I did several backstage interviews in the beautiful weather. But no, I've never done a remote. Although we are aired on one of the radio stations that airs our show, Radio A1A, is going to be broadcasting from Music on the Bay in Tampa. And I'm supposed to do some things this year. So that might be the first time with Radio A1A. There we go.
You know, and I just had this inspiration that I really do feel a book coming on with you where you could do this, you know, we'll talk later, but I see a book.
A book? Really? Okay.
I do. I see a book of you in your tropical climate. I can't, it's hard to, it's just a vision right now, and
Okay.
I can't, we'll talk.
We'll go with Lisa's vision. Yes, that sounds.
Yes, everybody.
I'll write a
Mark.
book.
I'll read it on
Yeah.
tape.
Soon as I retire, I'll write a book, and Pat Shepard will do my audio book.
I'll be the reader. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so exciting. Okay,
There you
but
go.
let's. So, other than the trop rock genre that you share with the world on your radio show, what genres of music appeal to you most?
That's an easy one, Lisa, and that is the type of music that you do, power pop music, which is kind of very similar, I think, to trop rock, because power pop is like the Knack, the Raspberries, those type of bands who aren't in the mainstream anymore. But there's a lot of it still out there. And so their shows are kind of like what we do here. It's independent guys who really aren't getting played on the big stations, but there's power pop shows. And yeah, if I had another extra day in my week, I'd probably consider that. But I'd love to. I like what Lisa does. A lot of great power pop music.
It's really beautiful. That is like the most beautiful answer to kick off this year.
All right.
Wow.
Well, that's a good answer, yes.
Silence, everybody.
That was very
It was really
nice.
beautiful.
Okay, odd fun questions is our last couple here. Odd fun ones.
Yeah. Actually, who are you listening to today in the world of pop? Trop rock. See, you got me on power pop and pop rock. I'm sorry. So, who are you listening today in the world of trop rock? And what non-trop rock are you listening to at the moment?
Well, since I do the show, I listen to just about everybody, but non-trop, I'm still kind of stuck in the old days. So the most exciting releases for me this year were in the past 6 months anyway, with the Hootie and the Blowfish had a new album. That was fun. And Jeff Lynne, ELO, had a new record. That was cool. But
I didn't even know that.
you didn't? Okay, yeah, it just came out last
No,
fall.
thank you.
Yeah. So
Another reason everybody should tune into the show as much as they can. And thank you for that.
all right.
So what was the first 45 record you purchased as a child?
I remember this distinctly. I gathered up enough money to buy a 45 record, and on a Saturday, I think it was, me and my sister went to Parmatown Mall, and I bought Sugar Sugar by the Archies.
Nice.
With my own money. And I became such a fan of the Archies, I think I bought the following two singles, too. Jingle Jangle and Who's Your Baby?
Ooh, good. What appealed to you about them?
I just, it was a record. Those kind of records were made for kids my age at that point. They call it bubblegum, but it was simple, fun pop stuff, and as a kid, when we were kids, we used to play those 45s over and over again. We didn't even listen to the B-sides occasionally.
So it wasn't like the cast, like the cartoon or the comic book did nothing. It was just the music?
Yeah, I watched the show, but it was, for me, it was always the music, mainly the music, yeah.
Cool. What was your first LP?
The first one I purchased was probably the Partridge Family, but my folks years before had bought me the Royal Guardsman, Snoopy and the Red Baron. So that would be the first one. We had a stereo. You remember the 60s? Our parents had those stereos where the TV was in the middle, the speakers were on the side, and the radio was on top. You remember that? Maybe Lisa might be too young for that. But anyway,
I have my grandma's actually. That's crazy.
Okay. Because you got vintage stuff. And my dad and I would lay on the floor because there was all these sound effects of planes flying over, and we would listen to that record with the planes flying over. It was hilarious. But, of course, the music was fun, too, you know, Snoopy and the Red Baron, yeah.
So great. Okay, just two more.
Okay.
What was the first concert you ever attended?
The first concert I ever attended was with my parents in the 60s, and nobody's going to probably remember them, but they had a TV show at the time. They were called The King Family, and it was like a family variety show, and they played Music Carnival for any old-time North Coasters out there you might remember, and we thought, wow, The King Family, like, this is us, you know. I mean, we didn't think that, but my kids in my school thought I was with the group. It was kind of a strange thing. They would ask me, "Oh, is that what you guys? Is that what you do on the weekend? You go out to California and shoot that television show?" But that was the first one with my parents. My first one, I had my own money, was Steve Martin, and Steve Goodman was the opening act.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
Cool.
And that was the first time I smelled marijuana in the air. Was at that concert.
Oh gosh! And now that's all you smell every concert.
Yeah, there you go.
You go to a class. Yeah, it's crazy over here. I'm not judging. Just
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We got time for one more.
And that's all I have. Oh, perfect. Okay, Dennis.
Yes, Lisa.
What was the first band or artist that you really fell in love with?
Well, that is pretty obvious to everybody that knows me. The Beach Boys. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to
I was just trying to make the suspense anyway.
I went to the. I remember in 1978. I wanted to go, and the show was sold out, and I didn't think of it till the last minute. So in '79, I made a point of it. I'm going to go see them. Ended up seeing them. I think 4 times in a year, that first year, and then I ended up seeing Jan and Dean like a year later, and it as my wife can tell you, the rest is history. Yeah, we've seen them many times over the years. And now Brian Wilson solo, all that stuff. Hey, Lisa, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. Hope we didn't bore everybody out there.
Yeah, it was a great interview,
And
Lisa. Thank
one more
you.
thing.
Yes.
Wait. Oh, good.
Go ahead.
Shepard,
Yes.
I just liked your page.
Oh, you did?
Yes, so here I am. So I'm waving at you on Facebook.
Awesome. Thank you. I will
And
wave
you
back.
You have a beautiful smile.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Lisa's all over the place with music. It always seems like you have a new project going on. The latest band you're involved with is called 7 and 6, and we're going to play a song from them here called The Wonder. And where can people find you online, Lisa?
Let's see. The best place is michaelsfabulousplayground.com. It's just a one-stop shop, and from there they can decide where they want to follow me, because you're right, I just have my hand in, I'm like, what's the person with like 8 hands? That's me.
An octopus. And Mychols is Mychol, by the way. Lisa Mychols.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for taking some time. This was a lot of fun, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa. I'll accept I'll send you a friend request.
Wow, back to you.
Cool.
And I hope to be
Love
in
you guys.
California someday. All right.
Yes.
Fins up to you.
Bye, guys.
Surfs up. Thanks so much, Lisa. This is The Wonder, the 7 and 6, featuring Lisa Mychols on. She rocks on this one on Island Time.
How you always scheme so consistently with the mind eye, where the sights are seen in the clarity. You're relating and creating, and sounds so deeply heard. You're revealing what we're feeling all
He's rolling in the dough while I roll in the sand, picking my six string and a funky little band. I'm living a life Jimmy Buffett only wrote about. While he counts the money, I'll go ahead and live his life out. He'll have to live vicariously through a beer drinking ordinary guy like me. I'm living the life Jimmy Buffett wrote about. He's flying his airplane, I'm driving my van, living with a waitress and working on my tan. He's up with the big dogs making a deal. I'm down here in the real Margaritaville, just living the life Jimmy Buffett only wrote about. While he counts the money, I'll go ahead and live his life out. He'll have to live vicariously through a beer drinking ordinary guy like me. I'm living the life Jimmy Buffett wrote about. He's in the boardroom while I'm in a bar room. He's dealing with stress. I'll be feeling better soon, real damn soon, 'cause I'm living the life Jimmy Buffett only wrote about. While he counts the money, I'll go ahead and live his life out. He'll have to live vicariously through a beer drinking ordinary guy like me. I'm living the life Jimmy only wrote about. That's true, so true. I'm living the life Jimmy Buffett wrote about. Yeah, we miss you down here on the coast, Jimmy. Yeah. We're wasting away down here without you, Jimmy. Come on.
That's one of the first trop rock songs that came out when we first started doing the show. Brent Burns, Living the Life. Jimmy Buffett only wrote about that whole first album from Brent. He's had so many since. But that first album, I still remember being such a classic. And, you know, Pat, I was like, when I heard the song, I was like, wow, somebody's singing about married, drinking, how does he say it? Beer drinking, married old men. I said, wow, you don't hear that often in music.
They do exist. Crazy.
There we go. All right, we got Pat Shepard in the studio from Put in Bay. Thank you so much for being here tonight, my friend.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. I'm honored.
He's got
on the 20th.
He's got a day job, so he's going to get going, but we're going to have him play one more here.
I'm going to do a Todd Snyder tune here that first time I heard it, I fell in love with it. It's a little slow, but it's a good.
All right.
Nowhere to go, no one to call, nothing to do except nothing at all. Same old climb up the same old walls I've fallen down before. See, I've been down, I've been a little bit depressed, I've been overworked, overstressed. But deep in my heart, I know I'm blessed. I ain't gonna cry no more. I ain't gonna cry, I ain't gonna scream. Ain't gonna let nobody kick a hole in my dreams. I won't be falling apart at the seams like I've always done before. See, I've used my fists, I've used my voice, I've used myself like a cheap Rolls Royce. I never knew I could just use my choice. Ain't gonna cry no more. Cry, ain't gonna scream, ain't gonna let nobody kick no holes in my dreams. I won't be falling apart at the seams like I've always done before. Because people talk behind people's backs, they scheme and plot and then they plan attacks. Pretty soon here we'll be switching tracks in a way the world can't ignore. So call all your buddies, call all your friends, call all your enemies, make amends. We're forming a club, we're letting everyone in. We ain't gonna cry no more. We ain't gonna cry, ain't gonna cry, ain't gonna cry anymore. We're forming a club, we're letting everyone in. We ain't gonna cry no more. We ain't gonna cry no more. We ain't gonna cry no more. Isn't that cool? That song is so cool. I just love it.
I think we need an applause.
Todd Snyder. Thank you.
All right. We have our small studio audience tonight, which doesn't happen very often on Island Time. Thanks to you North Coast Parrot Head Club members for being here tonight.
It's electric in here tonight.
It's electric. Thank you, Pat Shepard. How fun was this? PatShepard.com. Sloppy Joe's, or Sloppy Bob's.
Sloppy Bob's on Friday.
Sloppy Joe's next weekend.
Sloppy Joe's next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
How fun!
You can look up the schedule on their website, and if you want to watch, you can watch on the live stage cam.
We have a Pat Shepard.
Watch all of us. We're all.
That's right. Saturday, I'll be tuning in on the webcam. Pat we're going to do a Pat Daly song done by Pat Shepard here shortly, the traveling guitar man. But thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, DK.
Excellent.
Thank you, audience. Thank you.
There have been those who called me sinner. My life can't be condoned. Although I love my Jesus, I still love getting stoned. Guess I'll never learn my lesson, and I'll never walk no line. I got faith and love to fill my heart, and evil in my mind. So please don't ask me where I'm going, all my plans are made of sand. All my castles have been washed away while all my colors ran. Though you cannot use this life I choose, try to understand. Hard living, soft loving, traveling guitar man. There have been those who called me dreamer, and I know they've called me bum. And I must admit I stammer when you ask me where I'm from. 'Cause the places that I once called home, they seem to melt away. I'll find a home, settle down if I find the time someday. So please don't ask me where I'm going, all my plans are made of sand. All my castles have been washed away while all my colors ran. Though you cannot use this life I choose, try to understand. Hard living, soft loving, traveling guitar man. No, I would not trade my life with you, though I have not gotten far. And I'll always curse the first day I played this damn guitar. for it's taken me down so many roads that I never thought I'd see. And it's caused me many nights alone, but it's never lied to me. So please don't ask me where I'm going, all my plans are made of sand. All my castles have been washed away while all my colors ran. Though you cannot use this life I choose, try to understand. A hard-living, soft-loving, traveling guitar man. And if I say I'll stay another day, you'll see it in my eyes. I'm weary of your old hellos and I'm weary of goodbyes. But this double dream that I'm torn between will always haunt my mind. I'll live and laugh and love and leave, but never leave it behind. So please don't ask me where I'm going, all my plans are made of sand. All my castles have been washed away, all my colors ran. Though you cannot use this life I choose, try to understand. Hard-living, soft-loving, traveling guitar man. Hard-living, soft-loving, traveling guitar man. Hard-living, soft-loving, traveling guitar man in a one-man band.
Back to the islands on a warm summer breeze. Burn all my winter clothes, cut off all of my jeans. Load the boat with all the beer, women she'll stand. Haul up the sails and get away again. Let's go sailing. The sea was made for sailing, and I'm a sailing man. Yes I am, yes I am. Find us a floater or two, a round one for me and a square one for you. We'll haul them both up and stash them below. The wind will take us anywhere that you want to go. In the sun, it makes me happy, and I'm a happy man. Yes I am, yes I am. Yeah. Nothing like the feel of a tight ship as she's dancing beneath your feet. You move to the songs of the ocean, you feel the spray on the wind, music of the rigging slap that makes you love to be sailing again. Yeah. Take me back to the islands, paradise by the sea. Oh, Patty, Cincinnati is waiting for me in the hot tub at the pier house in the dead of the night. Everybody naked, feeling alright. Take me back pretty soon, got 'em freezing to death. Skip's got a new boat, and I ain't seen it yet. The islands are rocking like they do all the time. I'm 1,000 miles away, but the key's on my mind.
3 mile stare. He lit up a cigarette and waved me over. He asked me if the boat I was sailing was mine. Said that he was looking for a charter, and all he needed was a minute of my time. Said I want to take you both far as it goes, feel you making sand between my toes. I want to ride on the wind just as far as I can. I won't be any trouble to haul. I can sleep anywhere at all, and I don't need very much for another man. Said he ran a business in Oklahoma. Came home to find his wife all packed. She took him for everything, his car and his home. She even took confidence he lacked. Decided to head down to the ocean, 'cause it was something he'd never seen. Something inside him woke the salt air and the sun could wash away the life that might have been. Said I want to take you both far as it goes, feel you making sand between my toes. I want to ride on the wind just as far as I can. I won't be any trouble to haul. I can sleep anywhere at all, and I don't need very much for another man. Make some noise for Dyke Corson on pedal steel. He gave me $300 and he said he'd bring a rest when he met me here on Tuesday at 5. Don't know what became of him because he never showed, but I still can't get his words out of my mind. All right, you ready? Said I want to take you far as I can. I won't be any trouble to haul. I can sleep anywhere at all, and I don't need very much for another man. He said I don't need very much for another man. I'm another man. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Gonna buy a house in Matlacha. Head down to Burt's, stay all day. Really don't need that much to do. Little fishing on a bridge and a lot of you. Gonna find the perfect cup of joe. Read a little Hemingway, don't you know? Really don't need that much to do. Little fooling around and a lot of you. Island time starts here. Sky's so blue and the water's so clear. Might be time to disappear. Island time starts here. Thinking about all the things I've done. Chasing a rainbow, following the sun. Never did need that much to do. Honey, that all changed when I met you. I thought I saw heaven in your eyes. It's true what they say about how time flies. Really don't need that much to do. Little bit of loving and a lot of you. Island time starts here. Sky's so blue and the water's so clear. Might be time to disappear. Island time starts here. This is where island time begins. Muscadine and violins. Longboards with single fins. This is where island time begins. Island time starts here. Sky's so blue and the water's so clear. Might be time to disappear. Island time starts here. Island time starts here. Island time starts here.
That is Rob Mell from San Diego, California, with one more Island Time song tonight from his most recent CD. And before Rob Mell, we had the Boat Drunks from Champaign, Illinois, from their new live album with the classic Hollow Man, probably one of the most requested favorite trump rock songs we have ever played on the Island Time show in the last 20 years. And I love that new live take. And the late, great Hugo Duarte, Take Me Back to the Islands. He was a very frequent guest of the show for many years. And, of course, he played Meeting the Minds every year. He had these special Hugo Duarte Key West Meeting the Minds parties every year. He was a great, great guy, and we are still sad to have lost him. We've lost some great ones over the years. The late, great Jim Morris, of course, we played him earlier. Here's a promo from Hugo going back.
Hi, this is Hugo Duarte with the Full Sail Band. You're listening to Island Time on WBWC 88.3 The Sting.
Miss you, Hugo. We're going to take a very quick break. It is the Island Time 20th anniversary show. Thanks so much to everybody. Pat Shepard for being here, Lisa Mychols on the telephone, all our good friends from the North Coast Parrot Head Club, and Bob Karwin a little while ago. We are on our Facebook page tonight, and it's been a busy show, so I haven't been able to get on there too much, but thank you for all the very kind comments from listeners tuning in and checking into our Facebook Live page. If you've never done that, it is Island Time Radio Show, Monday nights live. Just ask to come in. We'll let just about anybody in that room, and you can party with other listeners and make requests, dedications, whatever you may want to do. We got one more little promo here for Lake George next June.
Fins Up LG is bringing a Little Key West and New Orleans to Lake George, New York. Taking place June 19th through the 21st, 2020, Fins Up LG will be celebrating Parrot Heads and Mardi Gras lovers in one awesome music festival. Over 20 musical acts on 2 main stages for continuous music. It will feature Trop Rock Award winners, Jimmy Buffett tribute acts, along with some incredible Zydeco and Cajun music. A party with a purpose event. Fins Up LG will donate $10 from every ticket to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. For a full lineup, schedule, and ticket details, visit finsuplg.com.
This is Sonny Jim saying you're listening to WBWC and we're having a rockin' good time.
Grapefruit, a bathing suit, chew a little juicy fruit, wash away the night, driving, you guzzle gin, commit a little more sin, it's good for the soul. So damn lonely when you're on a plane alone. And if I had the money, honey, I'd strap you in beside me and never ever leave you at home all alone and crying 10 speed. No need, my pickup gets me where I please, chugging down the street. But I'll be leaving in a little while, so close your eyes and I'll be back real soon. I'll take it, reefers. Choice, everybody dance, here we go. Yes, and if I had that money, honey, I'd strap you in beside me, and you're strapless, and never ever leave you at home all alone and crying. Grapefruit, a bathing suit, you chew a little juicy fruit, wash away the night. Yeah, you chew a little juicy fruit, it's good for your soul.
If everybody had an ocean across the USA, then everybody'd be surfing like California. Bushy blonde hair, surfing USA. To get them surfing out there, outside USA. Santa Cruz and Treasure, Australia, Caribbean, all over Manhattan, down Tahiti way. Yeah, say we're surfing USA. We'll all be planning on a route we're gonna take real soon. We're waxing down our surfboard, we can't wait for June. We'll all be gone for the summer, we're on safari to stay. You tell the teacher we're surfing USA.
surfing USA. Everybody's got surf. Everybody say surfing USA. Where's that? Yeah, everybody's got surfing USA.
Hey, Mike Mad Dog Adams here, and when I want to listen to the best island trop rock music around, I tune into my buddy DK on WBWC Island Time Radio. You know, I've been all around this great big world, yeah, I've traveled near and far. I found a little place, I don't need a suitcase, 'cause it's right in my own backyard. I'll take a jet express, and I'm gonna leave the rest of that ugly old world behind. I get there real fast, headed up South Bass, see those island friends of mine. I see the keys on my hands and knees, and folks, I just gotta say, who needs Margaritaville? We got Pudding Bay. It's my own little theory about Lake Erie, it's a non-stop holiday. Margaritaville, we got Pudding Bay. Good Lord, I could nibble on a sponge cake, watching the sun bake all those tourists covered in oil. But I stuck my sixth string in the park of the swing, and now like walleye, beginning to broil. I can do some island hopping, maybe do a little shopping for some beads or a fake tattoo. Make a little noise with all the girls and boys doing what we all like to do. I see the keys on my hands and knees, and folks, I just gotta say, who needs Margaritaville? We got Pudding Bay. It's my own little theory about Lake Erie, it's a non-stop holiday. Who needs Margaritaville? We got Pudding Bay. Get high up in the monument, we get low down in the cave. There ain't a lot of sand, but there's plenty of bands. Come on, let the music play. Let it play, boys. Somebody scream. Just sipping on a beer when my head starts turning gray. Who needs Margaritaville? We got Pudding Bay. Pudding Bay.
Celebrating our 20th anniversary of being on Island Time. It's the Island Time radio show on 88.3 The Sting.
You live by the shore, magic awaits you. Just open the door, crank the boat engine, and crank up the tunes. Leave behind the mainland and your worries too, and let your heart beat like a bass drum, and let your blood flow like a screaming guitar, and let the sound turn you all around. Lift your feet right off the ground, 'cause you're flying to Guitar Island. Let the cool breeze fill up every inch of your face as you take in every guitar a lick and freeze. The sun is your spotlight, the water is your stage, and your boat is your dance floor, dancing on the waves. Let your heart beat like a bass drum, and let your blood flow like a screaming guitar, and let the sound turn you around. Lift your feet right off the ground, 'cause you're flying like to Guitar Island. And there's nothing really hotter than being on the water, blasted by the sandbar, playing air guitar, jamming with your kids on their first gig, living life oh so big. If you live by the water, if you live by the shore, magic awaits you, just open the door. Crank the boat engine, crank up the tunes, leave behind the mainland and your worries too, and let your heart beat like a bass drum, and let your blood flow like a screaming guitar, and let the sound turn you around. Lift your feet right off the ground, 'cause you're flying, yeah, you're flying to Guitar Island. If you live by the water, if you live by the shore, magic awaits you, just open the door. Magic awaits you, yeah, just open the door. No need to strong, let those amplifiers hum. No chicken picking, all power chords. You're so hot, one more guitar chop, you've almost got to Guitar Island, to Guitar Island, yeah.
Don Middlebrook right here on Island Time. That is Guitar Island from one of his most recent CDs. Don's another one of those we've been playing for the last 20 years right here on the Island Time Show.
Celebrating 20 years.
20 years. 20 years. 20 years.
20 years of trop rock on WBWC Berea.
Season was also cold, so bad it almost froze my bones. But I pick up my friends, pack my clothes, heading towards summer
Hi, this is Danny Hoy, and you're listening to Island Time Radio with DK the DJ on 88.3 FM, WBWC, The Sting.
Great Lakes are a diamond on the hand of North America, brightly shining jewel on the friendship bordering. Freshwater highway coming down from Canada, all around the shoreline you can hear them sing. Sweet Mother Michigan, Father Superior, coming down from Mackinac and Sault Ste. Marie. Blue water Huron, flow down to Lake Erie, fall to Ontario, run on out to sea. Hardy are the seamen on the ships that load the iron ore, sailing out of Thunder Bay and bound for Buffalo. Hardy are the fishermen, just like their fathers were before, who say they'll bury me at sea come my time to go. Sweet Mother Michigan, Father Superior, coming down from Mackinac and Sault Ste. Marie. Water Huron, flow down to Lake Erie, fall to Ontario, run on at sea. Oh, the tales the sailors spin of mermaids singing in the wind, the sinking of the Bessemer, the drowning of the crew. Memories of waters crossed, of women won and fortunes lost, are etched upon their faces and their faded old tattoos. Down below the quarterdecks, the old men mend the fishing nets, and up above the windy bridge, young men cursing to the wind. All along the Windsor streets, the wives and mothers lie awake and pray Our Lady of the Lake to send them home again. Singing Sweet Mother Michigan, Father Superior, coming down from Mackinac and Sault Ste. Marie. Blue water Huron, flow down to Lake Erie, fall to Ontario, run on out to sea. Sweet Mother Michigan, Father Superior, coming down from Mackinac and Sault Ste. Marie. Blue water Huron, flow down to Lake Erie, fall to Ontario, and run on out to sea. Run on out to sea.
The Lake Erie Troubadour, Pat Daly, right there on Island Time with the Great Lakes song. He's done several versions of that over the years, but that's probably my favorite one, the studio take. And he recorded it, I think, about 10, 15 years ago, that particular one. Anyway, before that, we had the Great Lakes song, of course, Pat Daly. We had Who Needs Margaritaville was in there, Mad Dog Adams. Don Middlebrook with Guitar Island. Danny Hoy was in there with Escape. Surfing USA, the Beach Boys Live. Grapefruit, Juicy Fruit. Jimmy Buffett. It's all tonight on Island Time. I've had a blast on the 20th anniversary. Thanks to everybody. Danny Hoy, I should thank as well. Danny has designed our Island Time logos in recent years, and now we have T-shirts with the logo on it. Thank you so much, Danny, for all your help. It is time for a late night social.
Social! Here's Ziggy Zagga, Ziggy Zagga, hoy, hoy, hoy! ziggy-zagga, oi, 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 ein, zwei, drei, super!
Mike Mad Dog Adams from Put in Bay. He's starting up his 41st year. You think the Island Time's been on a long time. Mad Dog's been on stage for 40 years, and he's going on number 41 this year. Make sure you see him at the Roundhouse Bar, and the schedule is out for the summer, so check it out. All right, time for just a couple more here. The lovely Aubrey Wollett. Her new EP is called Saltwater Gypsy. I had a chance to meet her quickly in Key West, Florida. She performed at Willie T's. This is Saltwater Gypsy, title track from her EP on Island Time.
Talk me, 'cause I'm already gone. The only thing I wanna feel is the sand under my feet. I'm on the run, run, run. You can try to catch me, but I'm a saltwater gypsy, soaking up the sun. Ain't got no time for worries. I don't on this Corona all day, don't judge me. I let the tide wash my sins away. The only thing I wanna hear is the music to the waves. Makes me wanna stay, stay, stay on the Pensacola Bay. I'm a saltwater gypsy, soaking up the sun. Ain't got no time for worries. I don't answer to no one, 'cause I'm living wild, living free, living out here where I can be a saltwater gypsy. You can find me where the sand's right under my feet. Wanna be a beach bum? Come and get you some salt on your skin like a margarita. So good on your tongue, down by the water where life is sweeter. I'm a saltwater gypsy, soaking up the sun. Ain't got no time for worries. I don't answer to no one, 'cause I'm living wild, living free, living out here where I can be a saltwater gypsy. You can find me where the sand's right under my feet. Ooh, yeah, right under my feet. I'm a saltwater gypsy. Ooh, yeah, I'm a saltwater gypsy.
I gotta start this, don't I? Yeah. Yikes. Okay, yeah. Thanks. This is what I get for starting this band. All right. Now I gotta sing. And do this. Jason Mason hears the sound, the whistle blows in Congo Town, and the mailboats in. It brings him things from oh so far, old magazines and Snicker bars. A simple man, a simple plan. The world's too big to understand. Be good, and you will be lonesome. Be lonesome, and you will be free. Live a lie, and you will live to regret it. That's what living is to me. That's what living is to me. On a timeless beach in Hispaniola, a young girl sips a Diet Cola. She's worlds apart, worlds apart. The spirit of the Black King still reverberates through Haitian hills. He ruled the sea and all the fish, but if he had a TV dish, be good, and you will be lonesome. Be lonesome, and you will be free. Live a lie, and you will live to regret it. That's what living is to me. That's what living is to me. And the far-off regions, the far-run legion keeps those thieves and predators at bay. While closer to home, those bad boys still roam. The streets aren't safe, but give it one more day. One more day. One more day. The stories from my favorite book still take on many different looks, and I'm home again, gone again. The time has come, the walrus said, and little oysters hide their heads. My train of thought is loosely bound. I guess it's time to mark this down. Be good, and you will be lonesome. Be lonesome, and you will be free. Live a lie, and you will live to regret it. That's what living is to me. That's what living is to me. That's what living is to me. That's what living is to me.
Find them in harbors from Maine to St. George, working and playing and living on board. They dance to a rhythm that comes from the sea. They're not too afraid to live out their dreams. Their friends and their families have called them insane, but it's hard to ignore gypsy blood in your veins. They work at odd jobs in marinas and bars. Their home is the place, wherever they are. So here's the small boats on big oceans and life lived at sea, for the few brave souls who dare to believe that there's more to this life than an office downtown. Here's the small boats on big oceans and dreams you can't drown. They've seen sperm whales and dolphins who dance at their bow, penguins and orcas and icebergs down south, stars without number and waves without end. And when they're in port, they're just waiting to head out again. They've sailed through storms and they've seen the face of God staring down from an 80-foot wave. And on those occasions where it's Neptune that wins, in a harbor somewhere there's a glass being raised among friends. So here's the small boats on big oceans and life lived at sea, for the few brave souls who dare to believe that there's more to this life than an office downtown. Here's the small boats on big oceans and dreams you can't drown. Some were once lawyers who now run from the law, and others are searching for a picture they saw. But they've one thing in common that binds them together. They're all living for the same thing: good wind and fair weather. So here's the small boats on big oceans and life lived at sea, for the few brave souls who dare to believe that there's more to this life than an office downtown. Here's the small boats on big oceans and dreams you can't drown. Yeah, here's the small boats on big oceans and dreams you can't drown.
Alrighty, very cool. That is Jack Mosley, another one of those classics from the last 20 years of doing Island Time. One of the most requested and popular tunes, definitely. And it's become Jack Mosley's signature song, Small Boats on Big Oceans. We also heard a great song from Jimmy Buffett from the Live in Anguilla CD. That's What Living Is to Me. Great lyrics, great song on that one from Jimmy. Aubrey Wallet with Saltwater Gypsy, and it's all tonight. On the 20th anniversary of the Island Time Show, my buddy Manhattan Dave commented 20 years ago, back when we were young. That's right. I was going to play some old clips from the old shows, and I found one from 2003, and yes, I did sound younger. It's like, I guess it's been a long time. All right. Anyway, I hope everybody had a good time. Next week, we'll begin our Music on the Bay preview shows, number 1 of 4, and it looks pretty good. Jeff Pike will be in the studio from the A1A Band, and he's also Benny in the Abomania show. Jeff should be in town because the